The Giants take on the Seahawks in Seattle, 4:05 on Sunday. It's time for this week's edition of Crossfire, presented by Primepoint. Carl, you get the first question, and we'll start with this. Will the Giants' offense change drastically with Colt McCoy at quarterback, and what is his greatest strength?
Well, I'm not going to say drastically. I'm going to use the word appropriately. They will work to his strengths. I think his experience is his strength. And, you know, the thing is, if it ain't broke, don't break it. Just go out and manage the game plan they give you.
I think Colt McCoy is going to do a pretty good job. Think about this. He's probably a 60+% passer over his history of his career. He was pretty good in college. He didn't quite get to the the position he wanted to or the height he wanted to when he got to the NFL, but he's a 60% passer. We can expect him to take care of the ball, not make any turnovers. Don't look for the big runs, but he'll just take care of the ball.
And he is 1-0 against Seattle, although it came a long time ago and Russell Wilson wasn't there yet. But with Cleveland, he did beat Seattle by a score of 6-3. All right, next question. Howard, I'll start this one off with you. Despite no fans, Seattle is still undefeated at home. They're 5-0 playing in their building. Is there still home field advantage in the National Football League? And is Seattle still one of the toughest places to play?
No, not this year. Not during 2020. There's really no home field advantage. There's no fans in the stands. There's no crowd noise. And that's what makes the home field advantage is the crowd noise. Now, you might like to travel, whether it's East Coast to West Coast, but outside of that, not really a home field advantage.
Well, that makes it home field advantage. One team has to travel across the country, Howard, and the other one just gets to wake up and go to the stadium. I'd say that's an advantage.
Okay, Carl, if you say so.
Follow up, Howard. Under normal circumstances, is Seattle the toughest place to play in?
Seattle's one of the toughest places to play in. I think a lot of the dome stadiums are really loud. I think New Orleans is a really hard place to play with that sound down there. Seattle's probably one of the loudest next to Kansas City.
Carl, what do you think?
I concur.
There you go. Next question. Is Russell Wilson the front runner for the MVP? Carl?
It changes from week to week. It depends on what the armchair quarterbacks love about him that week.
Well, right now he is because he's in first place. Once the Giants win this weekend, he will not be in the first place for the MVP.
All right, next question. Jamal Adams, back in the lineup. He's got 15.5 sacks over the course of his career. Howard, is he the best defensive back that the Giants will have faced so far this year?
No, there's a little guy out with the Rams. I think his name's Jalen Ramsey, which might be the best defensive back that's played in this era. So I think Jamal Adams is good. He'll be up close to the line. He'll be rushing the passer, getting sacks. But as far as a defensive back, Jalen Ramsey's the best they faced.
I call Jamal Adams a problem, or I call him the problem, because he is a problem for every offense that he plays against. So whether he's the best or not, they got to solve that problem because he's going to be there.
That's this week's edition of Crossfire, presented by Primepoint.